Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. It's going to be your stock watch list for the 10th of September, Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll take a look at some of the news that came out in after hours tonight. We'll start with letter F for this news courtesy of the Trade Exchange. The Trade Exchange, built for traders by traders, a really good audio news service throughout the day. Fast, accurate news at a very reasonable price. Ford. Senior rating cut to junk bond by Moody's. So Ford's rating cut to junk. Letter F, Ford Motor Company moving down in the after hours. It closed at $9.54, currently trading at $9.22 in the after hours tonight on letter F, Ford. Let's go ahead and scroll through and check some of the news that came out. RKDA, a 13G filed by D.E. Shaw and Company, a 5.5% stake in RKDA. That stock ticking up a little bit in the after hours. It closed at $6.40, currently trading at $6.80. It did pop up to about $7 in the after hours tonight. Let's see, we had further news come out on Ford, just CNBC verifying that the downgrade in Ford cut to junk level at Moody's. Splunk initiated a buy at Rosenblatt on SBLK. That stock moving up a bit in the after hours tonight. FIXX initiated outperform at Baird on FIXX. That stock ticking up a little bit in the after hours on that outperform at Baird. Let's see, we get IDYA initiated outperform at Baird also in the coming out after the bell tonight. Not much volume in this stock. 4,000 shares traded in it all day. So Baird with an outperform on that one. Palo Alto Network, QLYS, SAIL, and Zscaler all initiated neutral at Rosenblatt after the bell tonight. So all those names, Palo Alto Networks, PANW, not much reaction to that. Zscaler, ZS, a lot of the software names took a hit today. A lot of the air coming out of the software names today. So ZS moving down to the 200 SMA here on the daily chart after hours, initiated neutral at Rosenblatt on that one. Wendy's announces plans to launch breakfast across the U.S. system in 2020. Wendy's cutting their fiscal year 2019 earnings per share guidance on WEN. That stock moving down in the after hours. Shopify to acquire Six River Systems on SHOP. That stock hanging in there, was down today. Some of the air coming out of Shopify today. A lot of these high flyers were losing ground, a lot of them in the software space today. We'll scroll through ACB, which has earnings coming out on Wednesday this week. Cannabis closes expanded 360 million credit facility on Aurora Cannabis. So news on that one. Let's see what else we have as far as news after the bell. Mosaic plans a 250 million share repurchase on MOS. That stock ticking up a bit in the after hours tonight on Mosaic. And there's some other news here if you'd like to pause the video and read that on the Mosaic for tonight. Some of your top insider purchases for tonight. We had CLDR 10% owner. Icon purchased 439,000 shares at $5 on CLDR. GLYC, we had an insider purchase there. Cody, COTY, the CMO purchased 210,000 shares of Cody. Let's see if there's anything going on with that one. Let's see, that insider purchase came at $9.81. The stock is currently trading at around the 200 SMA on the daily chart here. You see in the background behind behind the news. Some other news that came out, SAFM in their Form 8K, the Dow Jones Department of Justice, subpoena there on SAFM. That stock looks like it's trending down all day today, moving back down from the highs here, pushing down. SoftBank urges WeWork, which is supposed to come out with their IPO, to shelve the IPO. That coming from the Financial Times. So SoftBank urging WeWork to stop that IPO. And that's some of your news from the trade exchange. Let's go ahead and look at our heat map, courtesy of FinViz tonight. So a lot of rotation in the market today. Out of the high flyers, Microsoft down over 1% today. Facebook actually closed green, even with the antitrust action being taken, I believe, by 50 states. Google also only down fractionally after that news came out around noontime today. Walmart having a good day today, up 1.40% on the day. BKNG, the old price line, was up 1.25%. Netflix jumping today. We had for Netflix, we had Bank America commented of a rebound, positive comments from Bank America, so that got Netflix moving up today. We had AT&T popping 1.5% for the day, almost hit $40 a share on AT&T. Elliott sent a letter to the board of AT&T with a 60 share value. Elliott has a $3 billion stake in AT&T, so that got letter T moving up today, and that stock was jumping. CMG Chipotle upgraded at Wedbush today with a $980 price target on Wedbush. By Wedbush on CMG, so that was moving CMG up. The banks were moving up today, 2.67%. JP Morgan, Bank America, Citigroup climbing 4% on Citigroup. So what happened there was the TLT was moving down, which meant that the bond yield was moving up. I'll show you the TLT in a moment. And we had the oil sector popping today. Oil was moving up. ConocoPhillips jumping to almost 3% on the day. EOG jumping almost 5% on the day. So a good day for the oils. Merck took a hit today, down almost 4% on the day. Pfizer was up a little under 1% on the day. Lilly, LLY, down 2.61%. Boeing red for the day. Honeywell down almost 1%. General Electric up 3% on the day on GE. So kind of a mixed bag here in the on the heat map, but oils and banks were jumping today, and some of the tech stocks were down and some of the tech stocks were up. Oracle is going to be announcing earnings this week, so that stock jumping about 3% on the day. Calendar of events, no Fed speak this week, and I'll show you why in a second. But for tomorrow, for your economic information, you have your Red Book sales coming out. And then the things we're going to be watching for are the PPI on Wednesday at 8:30, and then the CPI, both inflation indicators there at 8:30 on Thursday, the CPI. But the reason there's no Fed speak right now is because next week we go into a meeting. The FOMC meeting begins on Tuesday, the September 17th, and then the announcement comes at 2:30 on Wednesday, September 18th. So are they going to lower rates, keep rates unchanged? The Fed chair will be doing a presser at 2:30. So we'll get the rate change announcement here at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, September 18th next week. And then you get the interview and questions at 2:30 on that same day. So that's what we're leading to into next week, though, not for this week. As far as some of the earnings for tomorrow, really nothing before the bell, but after the bell, we get Zscaler, ZS symbol there, Restoration Hardware, RH after the bell Tuesday. Dave and Buster Play, PLAY, symbol GameStop, GME will be reporting before the bell. You get Lovesac, LOVE, symbol there. Aurora Cannabis, ACB will be reporting after the bell on Wednesday. Then you get Kroger's, Broadcom, Oracle reporting on Thursday. So that's some of your most anticipated larger companies. If you want to see what other companies are going to be reporting, you can click on the Trade Exchange calendar. I'll put this down in the comments section for you if you want to take a look at this calendar, but you can see some other smaller companies will be reporting in the next few days too. Just click on the green there, and then you get the drop-down menu. And that's some of the earnings and economic information for the days ahead. So let's go ahead and look at the action in the SPY today. So basically, Friday you had that inside day after that big gap up, pop up, then an inside day Friday. Then they pushed us up here on the SPY today. Let's look at the intraday. So at the open on the SPY, we drove down, we came back up, we tested this 299 area here, and then it was down, and then we started to consolidate here around 297.50, and then into the close there was a little bit of buying in the SPY. Right now we remain above the 5 EMA, the momentum moving averages. We're above the 10, the 20, holding above the dark blue moving average, the 50 SMA, and that 295 area, that gap up area, still holding on the SPY. So that doing okay, hanging in there. The IWM made a nice move today, back over the 200 SMA. Still has work to do. We've been talking about the IWM, how we held that 145 area. We bounced back. We are back above this 200 SMA, the green moving average you see here, but we're still below the 50 SMA. 50 SMA currently is at 152.06, and we closed at 151.91. But a nice day for the Russell 2000 there. The IWC, the micro caps, also bouncing back today. Still a lot of work to do here. Sloping 200, sloping downward. 50 SMA here on the IWC, but holding above this $84 area for the micro caps. Oil, XOIL. Light sweet crude oil had a good day today, pushing up today. Oil was up 2.35% for the day. Light sweet crude oil is back above $55 a barrel, back above the 200 SMA, still below that $60 area for oil. The USO, the ETF for light sweet crude oil, same thing, over the 200 SMA, back over $12 on the ETF, the USO. Gush had a good day. This 3 times bull ETF popping. A lot of volume came into this today. Still under the 50 SMA, but it is trying to curl back up here on GUSH. Let's go ahead and check the TLT as promised, the TLT. So the TLT, as the TLT moves down, we get bond yields moving up. So that's what was good for the banks. As you can see here, this is what got the whole recession talk going as the TLT was moving up, inverting the yield curve, and then now we're getting a little steam coming out of the TLT, so that helped the banks to pop. And then we're going into the FOMC meeting next week, so maybe they don't think that the Fed is going to lower rates, so that also helped the banks today. Some of the software stocks, a lot of the air came out of the software stocks here. AYX dropping hard today, down 15% for the day. Zscaler, as mentioned earlier, was down 3% for the day. Earnings coming up on that one. Okta dropping today, almost 10% on the day on Okta. Software stock Team dropping today over almost 4.5% on that name. TTD in the software space also dropping for the day, down over 8% on the day on those names. So let's see, we have an Apple. The Apple event will be happening tomorrow. I believe it starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Apple. So Apple was up fractionally for the day, holding up okay on Apple. ACAD had a big day today. This stock jumping 63% for the day on ACAD, and you can see it actually pulled back a little bit on this name. It popped all the way up to $55 as the news came out this morning. Phase 3 on ACAD met the primary endpoints on this name, so the stock pushed up strong in the early hours of trading this morning in the pre-market. So a big move up there in ACD. So as mentioned, so markets start the week out mixed today. Felt like a rotation day. Some risk coming out of the high flyers and into some of the other sectors, as mentioned, out of the software sector, into the banking sector, airlines, transports today. We're up over 207 points on the day. The Nasdaq was minus 13. The Dow Jones 30 was plus 41, and the S&P 500 for the day was up fractionally. Down fractionally for the day on the S&P 500. Nougat gold was down over 8% on the day. The PSJ, which is another software ETF, that was down almost 3% on the day. The MJ reversed down today. The marijuana ETF down almost 3% for the day. The TAN, the solar ETF, that was down 1.5% for the day. The IGV, which is another software ETF, was down 1.5% for the day. To the upside for today, we had Nat Gas moving up for the day over 4%. Regional banks getting some buying, up almost 4% on the day. SLX was jumping today. The steel sector moving up. As mentioned, oil was moving up today. The IYT, the transport ETF, was up over 2% for the day. Over in some of our sectors for today, the XOP, the oil and exploration, up 6% on the day. Retail jumping 3.5% on the day. The XME bouncing today almost 2.5% on the day. To the downside today, you had the XHE, the healthcare and equipment sector for the day. Was down almost 2% for the day. Over in the Dow Jones, some of the stocks that were up, WBA got big buying today, up almost 6% on the day. Caterpillar up almost 4% on the day. And then you had some of your banks up. To the downside, Merck taking that hit, dropping today. TRV Travelers also down 2%. We had letter V, Visa, dropping today, down 2.26%. You don't see candles like that on Visa too often. An engulfing candle pushed down right to about the 50 SMA there on Visa. Coke also dropping a little bit today. Some of your best stocks and worst stocks for the day today, as mentioned, ACAD. Overstock jumping today, up 15%. Signa Jeweler jumping today, 11%. ANF also climbing 10% for the day. That's a few. And then to the downside, as mentioned, AYX. EXAS was dropping today. We had Okta dropping, TWLO also dropping 9.5% for the day. So those softwares really took a hit. Some of your lower price stocks for today, we had to the upside, Fuel Cell. We traded this at Zozo StockWatch today. This stock jumping 60%. It's an under $1 name, but jumping 60% nonetheless on that one. KEG, an oil stock, jumping 30% on the day. HOV had a very good day, up 21%. CHK popping 20%. Tops jumping today 18% on the day on this shipper. EXPR also climbing almost 17% on the day. To the downside in some of the small ones, ARQL took a hit of 13%, TRIL down 10%, CYTK down 10%, LCI, a little more air coming out of that big run there, down 9%, ARWR dropping today 8.9%, we'll call it on ARWR. So that's some of your small cap losers for the day. Let's go ahead and get into that watch list for for tomorrow. By the way, this video is for educational purposes only. Any trades that you take are your trades. If you could, please support the channel. Down below this video is a thumbs up, a like button. Please hit that like button to support the channel. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button to help the channel grow. We're trying to get up to that magical 3,000 subscribers on YouTube here on the channel. ADMA, first one to kick off the watch list. Nice pop here, maybe trying to break out again on ADMA, 1.4 million shares. We actually traded this in the service today. We got a small pop at a ADMA. AKS, a steel name, starting to turn the corner, 10 million shares coming into it. We'll see if there's any type of continuation move in that one. A lot of oils are going to be look this way, popping up off the bottom here. CHK, let's see if we have a follow-through day in some of these oil names. It was strong right from the open and all day. CHK, CTRM, a shipper. Now, really ugly looking chart, but Tops was popping today. I'll show you Tops right now. Tops was moving up today, pulled back a little bit into the close, but Tops, you see the volume that it's been getting. So if Tops starts moving, maybe this CTRM, if they can ever break through $3, might pop up. So that one will be on watch. Tops will be on watch. DNR, another oil name, also turning the corner here. Look at this huge volume coming into DNR. Maybe somebody knows something about oil, and so they really push this DNR up all day today. So we'll be watching it for a continuation move on the name. EXPR had a strong day. Could be just getting started here on EXPR. We're up here at 264 area. We have the 100 SMA up above. That 100 SMA on this name is currently at 278. So keep an eye on that one. EXPR, see if it has further follow through. FCEL had a really nice day. Full disclosure, we're in this name. On FCEL, we traded it this morning for a nice pop, then it chopped sideways, then into the close it moved up even more. So we're in from down here around 47 cents, and then we took some more as it came up through the high of the day here into the close for a nice push up on FCEL. GEVO had some buying today. Alternative fuel stock popping up, has that 350 area up there up ahead. The high on this name was $3.36. Volume about 500,000 shares. Would like to see that volume increase in GEVO, but turning back up, breaking out here on the daily. GLBS, another shipper. If the shippers start going, might want to keep an eye on this GLBS. If they can get it up over this 250 area, could be a possible pop there and breakout. KEG, another small little oil stock, 1.3 million shares, $1.50 up ahead on KEG. So we'll see if this one wants to continue. All the oil stocks look the same. They were really beaten down. Look how far down, how many red candles. And now we finally got this big volume up candle. So got to watch that one for further continuation. KOS, another oil stock here. We have the $7 number up ahead, but right now I think it needs to get up over around that 660 area. Then maybe you can get a push up to $7 and maybe break out on this KOS oil. We'll see. Levi's was coming up off the bottom today. Recent IPO, blue jean company maker, Levi Strauss, popping up volume 1.9 million. So we'll have that one on watch. MBOT, we traded this over $8 today for a nice little pop on MBOT. Thought it was going to go more, just wouldn't keep pushing, but MBOT trying to break out here. 2 million shares. Keep that one on watch. Maybe a day of rest tomorrow, but for the week might be interesting. NBR, another oil play, turning back up here. Keep that one on watch. NETE has been, had these pops here. It's still flagging, still holding above the $5 area, still holding above the 200 SMA. Volume was very light today, 200,000 2,000 shares on NETE, but I'm keeping it on watch because it's holding above the 200 SMA on that name. OGEN was popping today. 4 million shares came into OGEN, so turning up off the bottom here. Might want to keep an eye on it. If it can get up over the highs today of about 53, 55 cents, still has a lot of work to do. Has the 200 SMA up ahead on that one. RKDA was popping up a little bit in the after hours tonight, so we'll keep this one on watch. If it can break up over that $7 area on RKDA, had been making some big moves, trying to turn the corner maybe, so I'll keep it on watch for tomorrow. RLGY, one of my members pointed it out to me today, had a very strong day today. Just I couldn't find a way into it, but maybe tomorrow. RLGY, and $6 area has been a resistance spot on this name. 3.8 million shares. They had news a few weeks ago with Amazon, so keep an eye on that one. Work, maybe watch this one for a possible bouncer on WORK. It's come down quite a bit. Maybe due for a little bit of a bounce. Maybe shorts come in, cover a little bit on WORK. Letter X, as the steels were moving up today, so maybe letter X might want to make a continuation move. And then I'll also be watching my scanners for tomorrow and watching the trade exchange news for things to trade in the morning. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Hope you have a good day trading tomorrow. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and have a good day trading tomorrow. We'll be back at it with another video tomorrow night.